Welcome, floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, where we're coming to you live from North Richland Hills, Texas, as both teams for the final, preparing for the anthem. And with the conclusion of the national anthem, both teams heading to their benches, ready to huddle to prepare. Your 2023 Troy Cup final in the North American Floorball League today is between the Florida Vikings and the Fresno Force. Certainly a lot of great storylines at play here. The Florida Vikings, the returning champions from last season, defeating the Fort Worth Jaguars in the inaugural Troy Cup final. Now hungry to bring it back for a second time. Fresno Force, the team who finished fourth in the league last season. They had a record of 1-11, yet now they have one of the most winning records in the NAFL this season. After a last-second win yesterday against the Minnesota Growlers, they made their way into the Troy Cup final in their second season as a franchise. They are hungry to prove that they have come back better than ever as a team, demonstrating the high level of floorball here in America. This is set to be a high-paced, high-energy game that we are certainly excited to see. This match is refereed by Karina Begner and Vince Fossa of America. They're certainly some of the best referees in the world. We can trust that we're going to see adherence to the rules here in this match. It's going to be up to the top notch here between these two teams. We're live from North Richland Hills, Texas, and this, of course, is the final match of the 2023 NAFL season that's brought us so much joy. A lot of wins and losses have brought us here. Of course, 3 returning franchises, 3 expansion franchises, all coming together over the last 3 weeks to compete on the road for the Troy Cup that was more crowded than ever. These two teams, the Vikings and the Force, the ones who made it out on top. Now both teams getting ready for the face-off. It'll be number 26, Alvin Headstall for the Vikings, and number 34, Alex Neumann for the Fresno Force. Hard-fought battle there on the face-off, recovered by the Florida Vikings. Nicholas Ramirez taking it there with a kick from Peter Slot. The Vikings, a team that certainly dominated this entire season, coming away with an 8-2 record. Their only losses coming in their first and last games of the season, losing in their opener to the Growlers and losing their final regular season match to the Fresno Force, 6-5. Of course, in that match, Malmstrom and Ramirez sat on the bench for load management purposes. However, Fresno certainly put up a good battle, and today they have an influx of talent once more. Not only did they bring in Solander and Amdahl for the back half of the season, just as Florida did with Headstall, with Ramirez, Hoagland, and Yuhan. And Malmstrom putting the goal in the net, striking early, the first goal of the 2023 Troy Cup final. Coming off an effortless sweep shot from Linus Malmstrom, captain of the Vikings squad. Only fitting that the scoring leader of the NAFL would be the first on the board. 19:23 remaining in the first. Your score, Florida 1, Fresno 0. Now for the face-off, it'll be Pepe Juha versus Adam Torkelson. Recovering once more by the Florida Vikings. Lindborg working with Kopetsky, close wing. We go far side, over to Wojtek Janacek. Lindborg again at the point. Matt Smith, the up man here for the Fresno defense. Kopetsky, the pass down to Ole Strum. Over to Lindborg, far side to Pepe Juha. Looking towards the crease, Kopetsky's chip attempt sailing wide. It'll be a Fresno Force free hit. Adrian Andal, number 4, set to take it. Dotfjord, far side, will chip it across the court to Castellanos. Deflected off the legs of Strum, but Kopetsky losing some control. Torkelson unable to get there first. Kopetsky on the close wing. Going now deep in his own territory as Torkelson backs off here for the Fresno defense. Matt Smith returning as captain after serving a 1-game suspension yesterday in a semifinal matchup against the Minnesota Growlers. Fresno still able to come away with the victory despite the loss of their captain thanks to an Edvin Nilsson goal with 7 seconds remaining in the third period to break the tie and to put the Force ahead 5-4. Ramirez now in the close wing. Pass down to Haugland behind the goal line. Back to Ramirez. Looking in tight. Pass to Hedstall. Going behind the goal. Looking in the crease for Haugland. Chipped away there. Neumann trying to drive down, unable to. Ramirez with the ball once more. The pass behind himself, over to Hedstall. Chipped away by Torkelson. Torkelson now on the close wing. Chipped by Ramirez, a mad grab for possession, going to end in a free hit awarded to Fresno. Edvin Nilsson set to take it. He passes it over to Kim Nyberg. Working with Blanco far side. Haugland starting an aggressive press early, and it works. Able to chip the ball away. Malmstrom trying to capitalize. Unable to. Kim Nyberg sends it down Nilsson. Solander to Neumann. Neumann, the chip pass around Jalovi, driving in close. It's saved by Peter Schlag. Last year's All-NAFL first-team goalkeeper who's put in a lot of work this season as well. And coming up with a save there with Fresno's first shot on goal this match. Over 2.5 minutes have passed. Fresno still scoreless. The Florida Vikings, the only team on the board. Max Lindborg facing the press from Solander. He'll get it in the center to Juha. Now to Ole Strum. Looking again to Lindborg. Stolen there by Neumann. Chipped up off the stick of Strum. It's going to the far board. Sent down the line to Kim Nyberg. Waiting there to recover it. Edvin Nilsson now. He'll pass to Torkelson as he subs out. New line for Fresno. Ole Strum pressing here. He's a player with a lot of hustle. He and Haugland both rule Florida's defense whenever it comes to breaking up backcourt passing. You can see it there. It created this opportunity for Florida. Janacek now in the center lane. Will pass behind himself to Lindborg. Far side to Haugland. Down to Kopetsky. Over to Haugland. Not a lot of pressure here from Fresno. Staying inside their own territory. Haugland now driving in closer. Will pass behind himself to Ramirez. Down to Hedstall. Back to Ramirez. Over to Jalovi. Jalovi driving down the center lane. The pass to Hedstall on the wing. Over to Ramirez. Far side, Malmstrom. Shot saved by Pietro Silverquist. Passing out to Amdahl. Haugland on the aggressive press. Amdahl able to get the edge on him. Driving down now in traffic. He'll lose control of the ball there as he looks for a shot attempt. Free hit's going to be awarded to the Fresno Force. First line returning to the court here for the Fresno Force. It'll be Edvin Nilsson sending it down to Axel Solander. As Solander gets ready to take the free hit. He'll come back down the wing. Nilsson to the far side to Nyberg at midcourt. Now Blanco down to Neumann. Looking in the center there for Solander. Chipped by Malmstrom and Hedstall. Haugland tight there. Malmstrom coming in on support for the defense. The ball chipped away once more. Jalovi there to recover. Florida once again going to be putting the pressure on Fresno here. Florida is a team that can thrive with fast-paced matches. Speed is no concern for them. Hedstall. Shot attempt goes off the legs of Kim Nyberg. Whenever Florida gains possession, they generally get free reign in their enemy's territory. They have perimeter passing set up constantly. They're such skilled ball handlers that it's really not a matter of pressure for them. It's a matter of will. In the center, the ball chipped away by Torkelson. And a free hit's going to be awarded here to the Fresno Force in Florida territory. Of course, Fresno, one of only 2 teams to defeat the Florida Vikings in the regular season, and they came close a second time. Their first matchup this season went all the way to a penalty shootout that was finally decided on the 4th shot by the Florida Vikings. Wojtek Janacek on the far side. 15 minutes remaining in the first period. Your score still Vikings 1, Force 0. Kopetsky on the close wing. He'll pass to Lindborg, far side. Kapayuha losing some control, go to Lindborg at the point. Kopetsky coming in the center lane, shot attempt off the body of Amdahl. Yuha behind the goal. Off the boards to Janacek. Back to Yuha. Losing some control, facing heavy pressure from Matt Smith. Sent away, but Yuha still able to come away with it after a chip from Kopetsky. He'll pass it to Ole Strum. Pass around Frafjord over to Lindborg. Shot attempt from deep, goes on the outside of the goal. Amdahl recovering with a pass to Matt Smith. Smith holding onto the ball here. He'll hand it off to Axel Solander. We're back to Edvin Nilsson. Driving down, facing pressure from behind from Haugland. He'll have to go to Nyberg. Now Neumann with the spin around Haugland. In traffic in the center, chipped away by Hedstall. Linus Malmstrom kicked off the foot there of Blanco, able to get the angle and around Yalavi. Blanco driving down, the shot sailing wide left. A battle for possession. And that's Blanco going to the ground there off of Ramirez. Solander still with the ball. Ramirez losing a stick, but Hedstall able to send it down deep into Fresno territory. You can tell already this match getting tense. Both teams know what's on the line here for Florida. It's back-to-back Troy Cup championships for Fresno. It's redemption. Haugland out to Yalavi. Over to Ramirez. Back down the line to Hedstall. Looking in close. Haugland, the pass to Malmstrom. It's chipped up in the air. Neumann boxing him out is Nyberg. Able to get there. Free hit awarded to the Fresno Force. Jim Nyberg went over the boards there, it appeared. Seems he was looking for a better call there. Still going to be a free hit awarded to Fresno. Frafjord set to take it here. We'll have Amdahl for support. Go to Amdahl. Ole Strum on the press for the Florida Vikings. Forcing him behind his own goal line. He'll go to the boards. Strum just waiting for one slight mistake, one misstep, one lagging foot to come away with the steal. He'll find it there, chipping the ball from Frafjord. Now the pressure on 4 Florida defenders in Fresno territory as Amdahl sends it down the boards. No attempt by Fresno to field that pass, instead retreating back to their own territory. Wojtek Janacek will come down to Kopetsky. Back over to Janacek, far side. Kopetsky now closer to the center wing. Now Lindborg on the far side. Kopetsky at the point. Off the boards, Frafjord and Amdahl on the pressure there. Shot attempt sails wide off the back boards. Pass to Smith, deflected off the stick of Kopetsky. Castellanos sending it to the far corner, and Florida going to retreat for substitutions. Castellanos, pass behind himself to Nilsson. Haugland once again on the pressure. He'll send it down deep to Alex Neumann, just waiting in Florida territory. He'll lose some control, but Solander, the shot goes off the body of Ramirez. A close call there, a tactic also used by the Minnesota Growlers with player Ilmari and Neumann just creeping around the goal line, waiting for a ball to get down deep to him. Hedstall to Haugland, saved by Söderqvist. A close call there. Haugland, a player who loves to make shots from the crease. With his big frame, he's often able to box out opponents to ensure he has a clear shooting lane. Solander losing control there. Ramirez still coming away with the steal. Lucas Yalavi now in the center lane. We'll get around Blanco. Drawing defenders in. He passes to Hedstall. Hedstall in the center lane. Will go far side to Malmstrom. Back out to Hedstall. Yalavi now in the close swing. A lot of movement here from this Florida offense. You can see why. Headstall now down deep. The pass to Haugland saved once more by Theodor Söderqvist. Free hit awarded to the Vikings off the possession battle in the corner. They're taking it quickly. Yalavi, shot goes off the body of Solander. He'll still have possession. Pass it behind himself, Neumann able to get there before Malmstrom. And pass behind himself to Solander, chipped by Haugland. Florida creating a brick wall there at the mid-court line when it comes to possession. Malmstrom to Haugland. Out to Yalavi. Shot attempt saved by Söderqvist. Nyberg now driving down. The pass to Blanco. He'll get the angle around Ramirez, one of the few players in the NAFL with the speed to match Nicholas Ramirez, the world champion from the Swedish men's national team. The pass it to Yalavi as Florida brings in their second line. Betsky passes behind himself to Lindborg. Far side to Janacek. Back to Lindborg. Over to Janacek. Kopetsky working there on the close wing. Fresno spreading out their defense a bit. Now Ole Strum behind the goal line. The pass back out to Kopetsky. Over to Lindborg. Florida taking their time here. Strum, shot attempt wide left. Just saved by Söderqvist. The pass to Torkelson on the close wing. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the first period. Fresno still scoreless and largely without any offensive pressure mounted yet. Kopetsky, shot saved by Söderqvist. Florida currently with 10 shots on goal. Of course, only one made it in. Impressive work by the Fresno defense, but when it comes to their offense, they've only made one shot on goal so far this entire match in 10 minutes of play. That's something that critically needs to change here if they want to have a shot at the Troy Cup against this high-octane Florida Vikings team. In the center, Blanco down to Nilsson. Cross court to Neumann. Solon. Around the center, will chip back out to Nyberg. Neumann, far side, into Solander. Back to Neumann. Smart play there on the screen, but it's chipped away by Haugland. Deflected off the leg there of Nilsson. Neumann, with a little bit of room, just swung away by Headstall. He'll swing and take out the backboard. Slide able to recover. Malmstrom to Headstall on the fast break. Over to Haugland. Nearly a jumping shot attempt there, but unable to make it happen. The pass intercepted by Blanco. In the center to Solander. He'll spin back around. Pass down. Over to Edvin Nilsson. Now Jonas Castellanos taking it at his own crease. Ole Strum coming up to meet him for the Florida Vikings defense. Down to Frafjord. Cross court to Castellanos. Strum not giving him any time to think. Free hit's going to be awarded to the Fresno Force there off that aggressive defense by Strum. Torkelson. Over to Amdahl. 8.5 minutes remaining in the first. Pass Hills, past Frafjord. And Adam Torkelson shot attempt. Chipped out by Slod. Fresno set to take it. Torkelson to Frafjord. Double team coverage. They'll chip it out. Kopetsky able to recover it. Taken by Lindborg. Smith trying to go over to meet him. He just doesn't have the speed. Janacek driving down as Frafjord goes to the ground. Referee Corinna Wegner calling that shoulder contact. Torkelson unable to get a shot attempt off there on the fast break. It sails into the hands of Slod. Juha driving down, saved off the helmet of Söderqvist. Fresno staying alive by inches. The ball in open waters taken by Ole Strum. Over to Nicholas Ramirez. Haugland. Go to the pass to Ramirez. First line back out for both teams. Haugland shot attempt blocked off the body of Edvin Nilsson. Free hit awarded to the Fresno Force. Nilsson to Nyberg. Far side over to Max Blanco. Neumann with the spin around Yalavi. Send it back to Nyberg. Fresno in the last few minutes has been starting to mount some more offensive pressure and gain some momentum. Nilsson shot attempt sent out of bounds off the body of Alvin Headstall. It'll be Max Blanco set to take the hit in here for Fresno. He'll pass it down to Nyberg. Over to Neumann. Deflected off the foot of Yalavi. Now Blanco behind the goal. No contest on the pass interception there by Malmstrom. Yalavi now sends it down to Ramirez. head stall. Coming back around. They'll pass to Ramirez at midcourt. They'll go far side. Dialavi down to Malmstrom. Driving in. Haugland. It's good. Kevin Haugland and Linus Malmstrom, the Swedish men's national team world champions, on an elegant play there. Malmstrom driving to the crease, drawing Söderqvist out of the box, and Haugland waiting for the kill shot on the other side. 6 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the first period. Your score, Florida Vikings 2, Fresno Force 0. And Floorball fans, we'd like to give a very special NAFL shout out to some very special NAFL fans watching live from Minnesota. Reese, Rowan, and Noel, thank you for being such loyal fans of Floorball in America. Stroom on the steal. Unable to get a shot attempt off on target. Amdahl going to the far boards trying to recover. It's going to be awarded here to the Florida Vikings. Send it out to Janacek. Now to Lindborg. Lukavetsky. Back out to Lindborg. Far side. Ball sailing past Janacek, still able to recover. Driving in close. He'll trip over the ball. Now it's Frafjord in the back corner. They'll send it up and away. Hidden here for the Florida Vikings. Ua sends it down to Lindborg. Time taken now. They're going to call it back. Seems Matt Smith, number 61, wasn't happy with the call there for the hit for Florida. And now the hit's going to be awarded to the Fresno Force. It appears it might not even be because of the ball sailing out, but Wojtek Janacek, number 71, debating the call with Karina Wegner. Fresno's ball, Frafjord taking it quickly, the pass to Smith in the center to Torkelson, the shot saved by Peter Schlad. Kopetsky spinning around facing double team coverage in his own territory, chipped up and out by Torkelson. It'll be a Florida Vikings hit-in. Ramirez getting set to take it here. We'll have Haugland with him. Ramirez, far side to Oliver. Ramirez sending the ball down to Malmstrom, taken away by Nyberg. Still facing heavy pressure. We'll go to Nilsson behind the goal line, over to Solon. Haugland still staying on him in man coverage. Now releasing a bit, Nilsson going to the far side to Kim Nyberg. Back to Solander. Now down on the close wing to Blanco. Chipped away there by Headstall. As a result of the stick-on-stick contact, it's going to be a free hit awarded to the Force. Nyberg now in the center lane. Will pass to Blanco, far side. Back over to Nyberg. Haugland pressing the deep pass. Now it's Nilsson waiting to field it, but Jalovi able to get a better angle to the ball. Now it's going to be a free hit awarded to the Vikings. The call on the court now with face-off. It appears there was a malfunction there with the ball. Gentleman's face-off there from Max Blanco. Sends it out. Now it's going to be Florida's ball. Lucas Jalovi passes to Ramirez behind the goal. Solander backing off here, keeping a healthy distance from Ramirez. It's interesting to see the various strategies the teams in the NAFL employ to try and stem the offensive production of Florida's star-studded first line. Speaking to the Ohio Aviators, who gained an early 3-0 lead yesterday in their semifinal against Florida, the strategy by team captain Zach Mellon was to stay close to them. If they don't have the room, they don't have the ball, then they can't score goals. Fresno, however, seems to take the approach of tightening their defense, staying behind the half-court line. It's had debatable effects so far this game, but of course Fresno, one of only two teams this season to defeat the Florida Vikings. We'll see if they still have an ace up their sleeve here before the first period ends to put them on the board. Less than 4.5 minutes remaining as Lindborg passes to Ramirez, down to Kopetsky. He'll slow down around midcourt and pass back to Lindborg at the point, far side, over to Janacek. Back out to Lindborg. Down to Kopetsky. Working with Strum, close wing. Across to Juha. Deflected off the stick of Frafjord. Strum still able to get to the ball. Lindborg working with Kopetsky now. Driving in a bit closer. Strum on the close wing. Janacek with a little bit of breathing room around the goal line. Back out to Lindborg. Far side, Pepe Juha. In the center, shot attempt by Janacek, sailing wide left. The Vikings will retreat there as Castellanos fields the ball. That defense there from Fresno looking more like a power play defense than anything else. Not a lot of aggression, not a lot of press. Instead, trying to outlast the Florida offense. Nyberg, far side to Blanco. Going down to Neumann. Lose control of the ball there. Malmstrom on the steal to Haugland. Haugland goes back out to Jalovi. Over to Malmstrom. They lose control of the ball there. Not a lot of press once more from Fresno. Haugland on the close wing. Now in the center lane to go far side to Malmstrom. Shot attempt, wide right off the backboards. Jalovi sending it back down deep in the Florida territory. Blanco will release the press around midcourt. Jalovi back to Ramirez. Jalovi going far side. Linus Malmstrom driving in close. The shot saved by Theodor Söderqvist. Send it down deep, looking for Smith, but taken by Jalovi. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first period. Florida still with a 2-goal lead. Fresno scoreless on the match. Far side, Malmstrom losing some control of the ball there, but he'll still be able to send it down to Jalovi. Shot attempt by Hedstall, saved off the leg of Söderqvist. Chipped out by Torkelson. Will get it over to Matt Smith on the far wing. Smith behind himself, looking for Torkelson. Hedstall anticipating the pass, able to get there first. Get the angle on Frafjord. Pass to Ramirez. Over to Haugland, off the boards. They'll lose it behind himself. Nilsson off the boards, but it goes straight back to Jacob Kopetsky. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the first period here in the 2023 Troy Cup Final. A reminder, Floorball fans, that this is it for this season. This is the moment we've been waiting for, and for these teams, this is what the highs and lows of the season have all been adding up to. The shot deflected, sailing wide. Ole Strum on Edvin Nilsson. It's going to be awarded here to Florida. They're taking it quickly. Janacek on the far side. Juha towards center. Lindborg passes it to Strum on the close wing. Shot attempt high out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno force hit in. Hamdahl takes it with the pass to Castellanos. Off the boards to Smith. A loose control chipped away there by Juha. Still going to be a free hit awarded to Fresno. Smith to Torkelson. Back over to Castellanos. Deflected up, and away out of bounds by Pepe Juha. It'll be another Fresno free hit as they bring out their first line. Time is running out in the first period for Fresno to make an offensive attempt here. Still only 5 shots on goal for the Force. Neumann losing control there to Ramirez. Solander pursuing him behind the goal line. Ramirez has such incredible speed. The pass to Malmstrom, over to Haugland. Shipped away there by Nilsson. Free hit's going to be awarded to Florida. Just under a minute remaining in the first period. Hedstall now on the close wing. They lose control, driving in close, but he'll get it to Haugland, who sends it in. Kevin Haugland, number 66, his 19th goal of the season. Keep in mind, that's only from coming in on week 2. And his dominant performance in the NAFL continues. 51 seconds remaining on the match clock in the first period. Your score now, Florida Vikings 3, Fresno Force 0. Heading down now for the face-off. It'll be Hedstall against Torkelson. Of course, floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where anything can happen. The Florida Vikings just yesterday found themselves facing a 3-goal deficit in the first period against the Aviators, and they came back to win it all, 10-4. Free hit awarded here off a high stick call. It'll go to the Fresno Force. Amdahl set to take it. We'll go to Castellanos. Chipped away by Haugland. Close call there for the Force offense. They send it down the boards. Over to Matt Smith. Over to Frafjord. Wide right of the goal. Sailing off the boards. Get it to Torkelson. In traffic. Penalty call. Linus Malmström going to discuss there with referee Karina Wegner. 27 seconds left in the first period. When the penalty call comes down, it seems to have come from the series with Torkelson driving down close to the goal, looking for an opportunity from the crease. And heading out to the penalty box is number 66, Kevin Haugland, who's been the man of the hour here for the Florida Vikings team. Certainly a phenom on both offense and defense. Now with 27 seconds remaining, the Fresno Force will enter power play against Florida. This may be the chance they need to put themselves on the board before the end of the first. Certainly it would help their mindset heading into the second period. Neumann with Smith. Chipped away by Kopetsky. If there ever was a penalty kill team, it's the Florida Vikings. But they're not looking to mount an offensive just yet. Solon passing it out. Nilsson shot attempt off the body of Ramirez. We go to a face-off in the far corner after the deflected shot sailed off the body of Vince Faso. Only 3 seconds remaining on the clock, however. Hard to see what offensive production can be accomplished in this span of time. Yalavi with the gentleman's face-off. He'll send it into Fresno territory to end the first period. And at the end of the first period, your score live from North Richland Hills, Texas in the Troy Cup Final. It's Florida Vikings 3, Fresno Force 0. Floorball fans, what an exciting way to start off the final here in the Troy Cup playoffs. You're certainly not going to want to miss the second period of action here between the Vikings and the Force. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more play in less than 10 minutes. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview. Well, floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, we've just gotten done with the first period of play here in the 2023 Troy Cup Final between the Florida Vikings and the Fresno Force, and joined here by captain of the Vikings, number 77, Linus Malmström. Linus, how are you feeling after that first period?
Feeling good. We're starting the game as we should. We didn't do that yesterday, and we talked about it a lot. So when we play like this, nobody can touch us.
Now, Linus, obviously we've seen a lot of offensive dominance from your team in this first period. For plays such as your assist to Kevin Haugland on that goal, are those things that you plan out beforehand, that you work with in practice with head coach Niklas Jonsson, or is that a spur-of-the-moment, chemistry-based play?
Of course, I don't know if we have texted, but we all are good players, so we know how we can get, because Haugland is only in the keeper's corner. Right. So if we can find him inside, he's tremendous.
And Linus, as you look ahead to the second and third periods here, what are you going to do to continue your offensive dominance against Fresno? They're certainly going to be coming back hungry and with new strategies.
Yeah, we just need to keep going. If they find a way to stop us, then great. Then we find another one.
Very well. Linus Malmstrom, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Best of luck in the final. Floorball fans, don't worry. We'll be back in less than 10 minutes with the second period of Troy Cup final action here between the Florida Vikings and the Fresno Force. Floorball fans, it's almost time to head down to the court for the second period of floorball action here between the Florida Vikings and the Fresno Force in the 2023 Troy Cup Final. But before we do, we'd like to remind you that without our sponsors, the NAFL wouldn't be possible. As you know, we sent out our explorers to search the galaxy. They came back and told us there was only one stop for everything floorball, floorballplanet.com. And the NAFL also has an official clothing partner for the 2023 NAFL season. It's Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. From head to toe, from shoe to shirt. And as we head down for the face-off, you can trust that our game ball is the only official game ball of the NAFL. Excel. Because like the NAFL, Excel chooses to rule. And a reminder, floorball fans, that the statistics for this game and every other NAFL matchup, past, present, or future, is always available online at statbeat.com/NAFL. Recovery there by Fresno on the faceoff. They still have a minute and a half of power play to start off this period off of Kevin Hoglin's late penalty last period. Fresno, of course, still scoreless so far in the Troy Cup Final, going to look to change that quickly and use this power play opportunity early to craft some momentum. Off the boards to Neumann. We'll go over to Nilsson. Far side to Torkelson. Back to Nilsson, over to Neumann. Driving in close, jipped up, out and over. It's going to be a hit in for the Fresno Force. Just under a minute remaining in power play. Nilsson, back to Torkelson. Working the far side. Come across to Neumann. Getting closer here on the passing. Solander, shot wide left. Ramirez trying to recover. Matt Smith sending it to the boards, over to Neumann. He'll pass it over to Axel Solander in midcourt. 30 seconds remaining in power play. Neumann across, deflected by Ramirez. Hedstall now on the far side, looking for the penalty kill offensive here. Going down all the way to Nilsson behind the goal line in his own territory. Hedstall still on the full court press. 15 seconds remaining in power play before Kevin Hoglund comes back in. Nilsson to Matt Smith. Ship to Neumann, and it's just saved by Peter Slad, who sprawls out. And it's going to be a free hit here for the Fresno Force. As power play ends, Kevin Hoglund returning to the court. Both teams will make substitutions before they resume play. 18 minutes, 27 seconds still remaining in the second period. Your score, Florida 3, Fresno 0. Frafjord, pass down deep to Adrian Amdahl. Over to Walsh. Deflected there by Papayuha. Over to Kopetsky, to Ole Strum. The pass sailing wide across the center. Max Blanco on the far wing recovering to Frafjord. He's in open water, so pass back to Taylor Walsh. Across to Amdahl. Over to Frafjord. Spinning around, losing some control. Juha working with Janacek, now driving down the ball. Chipped up in the air by Taylor Walsh. Janacek still able to get it out to Kopetsky, deflected by Amdahl. Walsh getting it around Ole Strum. Send it down the line. Max Lindborg recovering for Florida. Castellanos retreating now on the Fresno defense. Malmström now taking it with a pass to Yalovi. Go across to Ramirez. Blanco pressing him from behind there. Ramirez still with a lot of room to run. No pass over to Hoglund. Blanco now pressing aggressively on Hoglund. It seems Fresno talked strategy during the intermission with their head coach, the Balrog legend, Bruno Lundborg. And they came away with the decision to be more aggressive on the defense. We'll see if that persists. Ramirez, shot sails high out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno Force hit in. Of course, one of the themes of the first period was the fact that Florida had free reign when it came to perimeter passing in Fresno's territory. Fresno playing in tight. The issue being the speed of the Vikings, able to evade the defense. Whereas Florida's strategy this whole match has been to create pressure, don't allow Fresno players time to think when it comes to mounting an offensive drive. Yalovi, pass attempt deflected off the legs of Matt Smith, going to the close corner. And it's shipped away by Nyberg. Free hit's going to be awarded to the Fresno Force. Second line returning here for Fresno. Castellanos passes it out to Amdahl. Ole Strum once again on the press. Amdahl, far side. Send it down deep, looking in the crease for Frafjord. Shot attempt by Torkelson, saved by Peter Slad. It'll be a Fresno hit-in. Torkelson getting set to take it. Go pass to Amdahl. Kopetsky forcing him to the boards. The ball chipped up, still inbounds. Lindborg on Amdahl still. Lindborg sends it down the line to Kopetsky. Now Florida looking to make a fast break offensive. Wojtek Janacek across to Pepe Juha. It'll sail to the far corner. Unable to get a shot attempt off. Will be coming around the goal. The pass to Kopetsky on the close wing. Out to Lindborg. Pass behind himself to Kopetsky. Over to Pepe Juha. Back out to Kopetsky. Far side, Janacek. Frafjord getting a little more aggressive on the defense. Still a lot of reservation here from Fresno. Once again, looking more like a power play defense. Florida speeding up the perimeter passing. Kopetsky shot wide right. Off the boards, Juha trying to recover, but it's stolen by Fredrik Frafjord. Kicked away by Janacek. They'll face double team pressure. He'll have Lindborg for support. Advantage granted to the Vikings here. Linus Malmstrom, the pass back to Jalovi. Over to Ramirez. Down to Edstall. Haugland sending it behind himself, but nobody's home. Neumann trying to drive it away from his crease. Free hit awarded to the Fresno Force. Kim Nyberg set to take it here. Malmstrom and Haugland playing up here on the defense. They send it down deep, looking for Blanco, chipped by Ramirez. And after Solander chips the ball away, it's going to be a free hit for the Vikings. Malmstrom on the close side, driving towards the center lane. It'll roll into the hands of Theodor Suderquist. Solander, far side, pass behind himself to Kim Nyberg. Haugland increasing the press off the backboards. We'll find Edvin Nilsson. Nilsson, of course, was the man of the hour yesterday. And a shot attempt by Solander, just saved by Slad. Of course, Edvin Nilsson, the player who scored the game-winning goal in the semifinal match for Fresno against the Minnesota Growlers yesterday with 7 seconds remaining in regulation time, taking it from a tie ball game at 4 goals to Fresno's victory 5-4. Lindborg down to Janacek. Back to Lindborg. Over to Ole Strum. The spin around. Out to Janacek. He's got a little bit of breathing room. Florida speeding up the passing, 2 men in towards the center. Shot attempt by Lindborg from deep, sailing high out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno Force hit-in. Frafjord in the close wing. Send it down deep, looking for Matt Smith, but it'll bounce off the boards and sail behind him. Chipped out by Torkelson. Going in towards the crease, slapped away by Peter Slad. Chipped by Matt Smith. Frafjord losing a stick there. Kopetsky battling to get it out to Lindborg on the far side. The spin to break off Torkelson will get it out to Janacek. Down to Pepe Juha. Advantage granted to Florida. Lindborg creeping into Fresno territory with Janacek. And go far side. Kopetsky shot it down. Saved by Suderquist. Back out to Lindborg. Over to Janacek. Lindborg coming in closer and closer. Going to Kopetsky on the far side. Through the legs of Matt Smith to Janacek. Saved once more by Suderquist. A series of close calls. The Florida Vikings still dominating the game when it comes to offensive chances. 19 shots on goal versus Fresno's 9. That attempt there by Neumann chipped off the leg of Slad. A close call there for Florida. Ramirez driving down now. Nilsson forcing him out to the boards. Spin around. Pass chip there off the stick of Blanco. Sailing out of bounds. Florida's hit in. Jalovi to Malmstrom. Across to Hedstall. Deflected off the body of Nilsson. Edvin Nilsson in traffic. A pass it out, but it's taken by Jalovi. Lucas Jalovi. The pass deflected by Neumann. But it's chipped in by Linus Malmstrom, number 77. The captain of the Vikings, the leading scorer in the NAFL. His second goal of the match, the first goal of the second period. 12 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the second. Your score, Florida Vikings 4, Fresno Force 0. Fresno's defense holding tight there for about 7 minutes, but finally something had to give off of the offensive pressure that Florida has continually put on. Now heading down for the face-off, it'll be Torkelson, number 55, against number 10, Pepa Juha. Recovery by the Vikings. Schlad sending it out to the far side. Lindborg over to Janacek. Back out to Lindborg. In the center, Juha. Now to Janacek. Speeding up the passing. Janacek will back off a bit off the boards now to Juha. In deep. Always through him. Shot saved by Sluderquist. Castellanos off the backboards. Over to Amdahl. Always through him. Coming up from the side. Amdahl with the half spin to get around him. Going now to the far wing. He'll send it far to the boards with a pass to himself. Kicked away there by himself. Facing trouble. Not a lot of support. He'll get a pass out to Frafjord. Over to Torkelson. Shot had the right angle, but not the right height. Sailing out of bounds. It'll be a Florida Vikings hit-in. Lucas Jalovi, number 8, set to take it. He'll send it over to Ramirez. Far side, working with Hoagland. Cross court to Jalovi, down the line. Malmstrom in the center. Hoagland missing the ball for the shot attempt. Another attempt by Edstall, sailing wide. Nilsson battling him for possession. Free hit's going to be awarded to the Vikings. Alpen Edstall set to take it. We'll go to Hoagland. Down to Ramirez. Ramirez coming in closer. Malmstrom over to Hoagland. He'll lose control of the ball. They pass it back out to Ramirez. Once again, the perimeter passing speeding up here for Florida. Blanco increasing his press. Getting more aggressive there on Ramirez. Unable to force an error yet. Ramirez still spinning around and able to pass to Jalovi. Ramirez driving in close now to the wing. To Hoagland. Chipped away by Edvin Nilsson. Axel Solander. Driving down far side, coming in the center. Neumann to Nyberg. Looking into Blanco. The shot attempt just saved by Peter Schlad. What an attempt by the Fresno Force. It even rolled under Schlad, but he was able to catch it just in time before it rolled past himself. New lines out for both teams. Janacek behind his own goal. Smith backing off here on the defense. Janacek back out to Lindborg. Far side to Kopetsky. Over to Juha. Back to Kopetsky. Pass cross court deflected by Frafjord. Kicking it, trying to maintain possession against Janacek. Janacek sends it behind himself. Pepa Juha. Pass deflected off the body of Amdahl. Chipped out of bounds there by Ole Strum. Hit-in's going to be awarded to the Fresno Force. Frafjord. The pass to Smith. In the center, Frafjord. Now down to Amdahl. And that pass deflected off the stick of Ole Strum. Sailing wide. Matt Smith unable to come away with possession. Janacek gets it to Kopetsky. Florida driving once more. Janacek looking for Juha. It'll bounce off of Pepa Juha's foot. Kopetsky still there to recover. Chipped away by Matt Smith. In the center lane, he'll pass behind himself to Amdahl. The pass over to Smith on the close wing. Pass over to Castellanos. Back to Smith. Frafjord sends it down to Smith. Far side to Amdahl. Shot attempt from deep, sails wide right. Frafjord out to Smith. Shot attempt into the hands of Peter Schlad. Matt Smith recovering there on his throwdown. Frafjord driving in closer. Facing pressure, he'll send it into open waters. Alpen Edstall with a lot of hustle, able to come away with it. Now Florida on the fast break. Chipped by Amdahl. Great field player defense there from Fresno. 9.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Your score still Vikings 4, Force 0. Edvin Nilsson sending it down deep on the gentleman's face-off into Florida territory. Ramirez now inbounding. Blanco coming up closer now. Looking to cut off that passing lane. Ramirez, so skilled, however. Certainly able to withstand the pressure that Fresno's been putting on them so far. Pass out to Jalovi, down to Malmstrom. Jalovi driving in close on the center lane. Will pass far side. Ramirez working with Haugland. Solander coming up to meet him. Ramirez getting driven back into his own territory, but now will have the angle. Will send it off the board, still maintaining possession. Looking for Haugland, shipped by Nilsson off the boards, looking for Solander. Sent into open waters. Haugland to Malmstrom, saved by Theodor Söderqvist. Nearly a fight breaking out there. It looks like the cause of that fight was Ramirez trying to chip the ball back in, as it looked like it was bouncing off of Söderqvist, looking to nearly make contact with him. Apparently accidentally, but it seems Fresno didn't take it that way. Going up to defend their goalkeeper, Theodor Söderqvist. And after the altercation, it's going to be a Fresno forced ball. Amdahl, the pass to Frafjord. Off the boards, back to Amdahl. Coming on the close wings, Thrum. Racing up behind him. Frafjord to Torkelson. And Castellanos unable to chip it into an open net. The ball sailing wide. Amdahl. Shot attempt goes off the body there of Lindborg. Kapetsky looking for Janacek. Castellanos trying to get there first. Cut off the back passing round. Will still be able to get it out to Kapetsky. Kapetsky to Lindborg. Back to Kapetsky. Working with Thrum, far side. Lindborg back out to Strum. Over to Kapetsky. Once again, Fresno's defense tightening up here. Smith, one of the few players with press, but now a fast break offensive. Smith, the shot saved by Schlad. Chipped away by Janacek before a second chance rebound attempt could be made. Florida narrowly maintaining possession here. Strum, the pass out to Janacek. Smith retreating now along with the rest of the Fresno defense. Oh, wait a second, however. Malmstrom driving down, smooth moves around Blanco. The pass to Haugland. Posting out, penalty call. It's going to go to a penalty shot. Both teams clearing the court here. A critical call, 7 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the Troy Cup final.
Penalty shots are awarded to the Florida Vikings.
It'll be the Florida Vikings getting ready to take the penalty shot. Söderqvist heading back out to the box. This could be an opportunity for Florida to extend their lead even further to 5 goals. For the Fresno Force, it's a critical time to stay alive here. Malmstrom coming down the line. Not favoring any particular side. They'll lose control and it sails wide. A crucial stop for the Fresno Force. Linus Malmstrom was looking to make one cut to the right before he shot, it appeared. But it proved fatal there as he lost control, sending it just inches wide where it was unrecoverable, and Söderqvist able to send it far. Now 7 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the second period. It'll be a face-off to resume here. Score still, Florida 4, Fresno 0. Nilsson chips it down the line to Kim Nyberg. Off the boards to Neumann. The spin around. In traffic will pass far side to Nilsson. Edvin Nilsson to Solander, to Neumann, to Nyberg. Fresno picking up the pace here, but Neumann losing control. Haugland driving down. Saved by Söderqvist. Nearly chipped in by Malmstrom, but another save. Neumann to Solander. Behind himself to Nyberg. Over to Blanco. Neumann losing control of the ball. 2 shot attempts. Both saved by Peter Schlad. Fresno is doing a better job now of mounting offensive pressure. It hasn't paid off there yet. An electric series of saves by Schlad. Once again showing why he's one of the best in the NAFL. Kapetsky on the far side. Over to Strum. To Lindborg at the point. Juha driving in, the pass far side to Strum. Back out to Lindborg. Down to Janacek. Janacek working with Lindborg. Florida slowing the pace of the game down a bit here. Kopetsky on the far side, cross court to Janacek. Fresno's defense a bit more spaced out now, a lot of room in center. Juha looking to fill it there. Janacek back out to Lindborg. Still a 1-2-2 zone here for Fresno. Florida driving back now by Janacek, spreading Fresno out even further. Off the backboards, over to Kopetsky, far side. Smith the up man here for Fresno. Over to Janacek. He'll go far side. Lindborg looking for an opportunity. He'll go to Strum. Losing some control there. Free hit's going to be awarded to the Florida Vikings. With 5 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the second period, Florida once again going to look to put some pressure on Fresno. The Force gotten closer to bringing parity when it comes to shots on goal. The ball sailing out of bounds there. It'll be a Fresno Force ball. Fresno with 17 shots on goal now. Florida still in the lead there when it comes to the shots with 26. The key, however, is that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Fresno's taking that to heart in the second period. Haglund, shot deflected. Hedstall now with the ball. His shot saved by Theodor Suderquist. To send it to Neumann. Full court pressure from Florida. Free hit awarded to the Fresno Force. Edvin Nilsson will send it down off the boards in Florida territory. No contest there from the Force. 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Yalavi, the pass to Ramirez. And a smooth spin past to Yalavi. Malmstrom. Pass deflected. Neumann to Solander. Kicked off the foot of Ramirez. There we go. Driving down the center lane. Shot attempt off the helmet of Suderquist. Neumann facing the press from Haglund. He'll spin around. Take it back towards his own crease. We'll go to Nyberg, close wing. Over to Matt Smith as Fresno makes substitutions. Matt Smith behind himself to Amdahl, driving down, looking in the crease, deflected away, sent out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno Force hit-in. Frafjord to Amdahl. Get the angle on Strum, advantage granted. Frafjord shot deflected. Lindborg on the far side. Off the boards, over to Kopetsky. Down to Ole Strum. Back out to Lindborg. He's got some breathing room. Janacek to Strum. Sweep shot attempt deflected off the body of Torkelson. 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Chipped away by Torkelson, going to the far boards. It's in open waters. Janacek unable to get there before Castellanos. They send it to Torkelson in traffic. Kicked off the foot of Juha. He didn't even realize that he had come away with a save there. Lindborg driving down now for Florida. Pass behind himself to Haglund. Haglund in the center lane. He'll pass behind himself to Malmstrom. Smith coming up to meet Yalavi. Far side, Hedstall getting the angle on Frafjord. Deflected by Nyberg in the crease. Neumann driving down now. Fresno on the fast break, 3-on-2. Neumann going to the ground. Ruled fair play. Haglund shot attempt from deep, sailing wide left. Free hit awarded here to the Fresno Force. Things are heating up on the court. Certainly a tense match. Both teams know that the highest honor in the NAFL, the champions of the Troy Cup, will be crowned after this match. Winner taking all. Nilsson over to Neumann. Shot attempt from deep. Goes off the body of Ramirez. Yalavi, far side, Haglund to Malmstrom. Stopped up by Blanco. Nyberg deflecting the ball. Come away with it after a chip from Nilsson. Blanco putting it in open waters. Hedstall to Haglund, looking for Ramirez inside the crease. Unable to find him. Advantage play granted to Fresno there after Malmstrom comes crashing into the goalkeeper area. 2.5 minutes remaining. Amdahl, the pass far side, over to Torkelson. Back to Amdahl, close wing. Strum batting the ball away. Amdahl now in the center lane, the pass to Frafjord. Down to Matt Smith. Smith looking in the center lane. Sent to the backboards. Castellanos to Torkelson. He's got Matt Smith in tight, but triple team coverage close. Lindborn comes away with it, 2 minutes remaining. Pass to Kopetsky. Florida driving down. Janacek going to the ground. Shot by Kopetsky, saved. High stick call. Fresno's ball. Kim Nyberg with a pass to Edvin Nilsson. Off the boards. Around the bend there to Blanco. Left sole under for support. Looking for Nyberg. Chipped up by Hedstall. Ramirez on the far wing. We'll go down to Haugland. Back out to Hedstall. Down to Yalavi. Close wing. At the point, Hedstall to Yalavi. Once again, Florida dominating the perimeter passing here. Just a matter of time before they open up another scoring opportunity. It's going to be interesting to see how Fresno adjusts their strategy heading into the third period. Yalavi over to Hedstall. Shot attempt saved by Söderqvist. Just about 1 minute remaining in the second period. Neumann still maintaining possession despite a push. Free hit awarded here to the Fresno Force. 56 seconds remaining in the first period. Fresno bringing out their second line here. Frafjord getting set to take it here. They'll go to Amdahl, over to Torkelson on the double reverse play. It'll sail off the backboards. Lindborg trying to get there. Sending it to the far wing, trying to drive down and away. Full court pressure, ineffective for Fresno. Kopetsky, shot is good! Jacob Kopetsky putting the Vikings on the board once more to round out the second period. With 42 seconds remaining in the second, your score now, Florida 5, Fresno 0. The Force still scoreless here as they get ready to head into the third period. They're down, but certainly not out. Floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where absolutely anything can happen. We've seen a lot of great comeback stories this season. The teams a lot more evenly paired, creating for more exciting floorball and a lot more great stories. We'll see if Fresno going to be able to pull off one of them as we head into the third period. Lucas Yalavi sends it over to Ramirez. Hedstall with Ramirez in their own backcourt. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Really no need here for the Vikings to mount any offensive pressure. Looks like they're just having fun in their own backcourt at this point. With a 5-goal lead, there's no reason to risk giving Fresno a leg up. They've had offensive dominance all match, being able to move freely about the court just about however they wanted to. 5 seconds left in the second period. Haugland, one deep ball to Malmstrom, and it'll sail out of bounds as the horn sounds. At the end of the second period, Fresno still scoreless. Your score in the 2023 Troy Cup Final. Florida Vikings 5, Fresno Force 0. Floorball fans, you're not going to want to miss what's set to be an exciting conclusion, not only to the final, but to our 2023 season as we find out which team is going to take home the Troy Cup. We'll be back in less than 10 minutes with that third period. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview. Floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, we've just gotten done with the second period of the 2023 Troy Cup Final between the Vikings and the Force. I'm joined here by number 71, Wojtek Janacek. How are you feeling after that second period?
Well, have to be feeling great. 5-0 is a good score. Good to be winning, but we can't start sleeping now. You know, we need to play another period, go and win it. But I feel great.
Now, offensively, your team has been dominant so far. You've been able to pass pretty freely in Fresno territory. What do you think is the reason behind that?
Well, Fresno likes playing a defensive game, so we've just like kept the ball. Haven't been too rational with the ball. We've been like not so offensive with when you have the chance we pass. But we don't do it when it's like 50-50. We just keep the ball and play around them. We keep the ball and don't give them any counter because that's the way they want.
Yeah. And heading into this match, obviously your team, the Vikings, are returning champions from the inaugural Troy Cup final. How did that affect your team's mindset coming into this match?
Well, a lot of us haven't been here last year, so me personally, I don't even think about it because it's a different tournament, more teams, different players, so it didn't affect me. But maybe some of the guys, but it didn't affect me anyway.
Understood. Well, best of luck in the third period, Wojciech.
Thank you very much.
Floorball fans, don't worry. We'll be back with the third period for an exciting conclusion to the 2023 Troy Cup final here in less than 10 minutes between the Florida Vikings and the Fresno Force. Well, Floorball fans, it's almost time to head down to the court for the third period in the 2023 Troy Cup Final that could very well end the 2023 NAFL season and show us who's going to come away with the Troy Cup. But before we go back down to the court, we'd like to remind you that without our sponsors, the NAFL wouldn't be possible. Now, as you know, we sent our explorers out to search the galaxy. They came back and told us there was only one stop for everything floorball, floorballplanet.com. The NAFL also has an official clothing partner for the 2023 NAFL season. It's Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. From head to toe, from shoe to shirt. And of course, as we get ready for the face-off, you can trust that our game ball is the only official game ball of the NAFL. Excel, because like the NAFL, Excel chooses to rule. Now on the face-off, it'll be Alvin Headstall against Alex Neumann. Sent into Florida territory there by Frederick Frafjord. Fresno retreating on the defense. And now heading into this third period, Fresno still scoreless. Florida enjoying a sizable lead of 5 goals here in the Troy Cup Finals so far. They've had a lot of offensive dominance. They've been able to move pretty freely in Fresno territory. Hogland's pass attempt there to Malmstrom just sailing wide. Headstall still able to send it off the boards. Linus Malmstrom sent over the boards. A powerful collision there. Looks like it'll be a Florida Vikings ball. Kevin Hogland repairing the boards there. And Hogland, a one-man board fixing machine there in the far corner. Now getting ready to resume play. Just over 30 seconds have passed in the third period. We spoke during the intermission with number 71, Wojtek Janacek of the Florida Vikings. He told us when it came to the offensive success that Florida has had so far, it's really owed to the fact that Fresno is playing very defensively minded. Their strategy, of course, getting in tight in their own territory, staying behind the half-court line, really not pressing in most situations. He said that's what's allowed them to get their perimeter passing going. It's the perfect parry. And Janacek, when asked about what it's like coming into this game for the returning champion team with the Vikings, he said it doesn't affect his mindset much. For him, it's just coming out and playing another match of floorball. Of course, most of the teammates from the inaugural Troy Cup Champions team no longer with the team. A lot of influx of new talent. Only 4 returners to the Florida Vikings squad who won the Troy Cup last year during the 2022 NAFL season. So a lot of new blood coming in here with an opportunity to win it all. The glory, the fame, the honor, and of course, the Troy Cup. Nyberg, the pass to Blanco. Looking back for Nyberg, intercepted there by Janacek. Down to Strum. Unable to get the shot off. Söderqvist, a brick wall there on the defense. Ole Strum. Pass to Kopetsky, down the line to Lindborg. Far side, Juha, chipped away by Blanco. Sent down into Florida territory. It'll go back to Lindborg. Over to Kopetsky. Chipped over to Juha. The shot deflected there, unable to get off the ground. Blanco to spin around in traffic. The pass down to Kim Nyberg. On the far side, Blanco, cross court to Amdahl. Shot deflected off the stick of Headstall. For the Fresno force, certainly going to be crucial to see some change in strategy. It seems the defensive mindset certainly has been working as well as they'd hoped it would. And maybe a little bit of aggression on the offense, a little bit more press on the defense is exactly what they need to change the pace and the rhythm of this match and try to give themselves the upper hand. In the center, Torkelson shot wide right, going around behind the back of the goal. Schlad recovering. Schlad, pass to Ramirez. Ramirez, over to Hogland. Back to Ramirez. Chipped away there by Torkelson in Florida territory. Ramirez out to Yalavi, far side. Malmstrom getting the angle on Nilsson, driving in. The pass to Headstall, deflected and broken up there by Torkelson. Malmstrom back to Hogland, and the ruling no goal. Florida looking for the call, but they're saying it was a Söderqvist save on Haugland's attempt. Neumann sends it down to Solon. Shot goes off the body of Malmstrom. Ramirez recovering. 17 minutes remaining in the third. Going down deep, Haugland on Solander towards the boards. Neumann able to send it behind himself. Haugland going to release for now. New lines coming out here for both teams. Now driving down, Adrian Amdahl. Going behind the goal line, Lindborg able to get the better angle, but a loose control of the ball behind him. Amdahl trying to get it out to Matt Smith in the crease there, but it's taken by number 35, Peter Schlad. Kopecky driving down now. The pass intended for Ollie Strum, shipped away by Castellanos, sent back down. It'll go off the body of Kim Nyberg, number 78. Far side, Max Blanco here for the Force. So pass behind himself to Matt Smith. Over to Nyberg. Ollie Strum still pressing here for Florida. Blanco on the far side. We'll pass it down deep, looking for Smith. Cross court, misses Castellanos for the chip attempt. It would have been one of the closest calls that Fresno had yet. Boxed out by no call there. Kopecky driving down the shot attempt, wide left. Strum's attempt on the outside of the goal, chipped away by Castellanos before Pepe Juha, able to get a shot attempt off. Ball chipped out behind Castellanos, taking it in a free hit awarded to the Fresno Force here. Edvin Nilsson, number 90, getting set to take it here. Solon, far side, chipped away off the stick of Haugland. Torkelson going to the ground there. Free hit awarded to the Fresno Force. 15:34 remaining in the third period. Solon to Nilsson. Down the line to Neumann. Facing pressure from behind himself. The ball chipped out of bounds. It'll be a Florida Vikings hit-in. Ramirez set to take it. Passing with Hedstall. The slow pass to Yalavi on the far side, exploiting the fact that Fresno's staying behind the half-court line. Now Frafjord, getting drawn out a bit there by Yalavi. He'll pass to Ramirez. Down the line to Hedstall. Over to Haugland behind the goal line. Run around deflected by Solander. The chip by Torkelson to Neumann. Through the legs of Yalavi. Neumann going to the ground. Sent hard towards the boards there, but it's shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Ramirez to Malmstrom. The angle on Nilsson driving down. Shot sailing wide out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno hit-in. Amdahl sends it cross court over to Matt Smith. Behind himself to Nyberg. Across to Amdahl. Chip there off the stick of Kopecky, still staying in bounds. Seems Castellanos didn't anticipate that. Lindborg, the spin around, he'll pass behind himself to Kopecky. Blanco, the up man here for the Fresno defense. Juha in center for Florida. Janacek on the far wing will pass behind himself to Kopecky. Blanco going to keep a safe distance. Juha with the ball in the center lane. He'll pass down to Lindborg, close side. Back out to Juha, far side to Kopecky with some breathing room. Over to Lindborg, he'll just miss the shot attempt there. The timing, a tad off. Janacek still with possession for the Vikings. Facing double team pressure, will go to Juha. From deep to Lindborg, goes off the helmet of Söderqvist there, sailing to the far corner. Blanco sending it to the far boards, recovered by Söderqvist. He'll pass over to Kim Nyberg. Nyberg taking his time behind the goal as his team makes substitutions. He'll pass it off to number 19, Axel Solander. Nilsson on the far side. Haugland not initiating the press just yet. Solander taking it in front of his own crease. Nilsson. Back over to Solander, close wing to Frafjord. Fresno favoring the backcourt passing here, certainly a conservative offensive approach. Nilsson, cross court to Frafjord. The shot attempt wide right, sails off the backboards. Neumann maintaining possession here for Fresno. Nilsson, the pass to Solander, down to Frafjord. Back over to Nilsson. Shot attempt goes off the body of Yalavi, staying in bounds. Neumann, the only one trying to field a kick there by Schlad. Edstall with possession, driving down now for Florida. The pass to Hoagland, it's good. Number 66, Kevin Hoagland, now with a hat trick on the match for the Florida Vikings. His 20th goal of the 2023 NAFL season, and that's only in 7 games played. 12 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the third. Your score now, Florida Vikings 6, Fresno Force 0. And a timeout taken here by the Fresno Force with 12:51 remaining in the third. Their hopes for a comeback growing fainter and fainter. Down but not out, the Fresno Force still with enough time to make something happen on the scoring front. But with each draining second, time becomes an increasingly precious commodity for the Force. They're going to try and use this timeout to discuss strategy. How are they going to increase their aggression without giving up crucial mistakes that allow the high-octane world champion scorers of the Vikings to strike down and run the score up further? Now after that timeout, the team's returning for the face-off after the goal. And recovery there by the Florida Vikings. Shalon sending it out to Limborg. Heavy possession battle. They go to the far side to Janacek. Florida driving down with a lot of speed. The ball sailing wide past Kopetsky. Florida coming out here with new life there. Nilsson battling for possession there. That's Thrum going to the ground. It's going to be awarded here to the Florida Vikings. 12:29 remaining in the second. Thrum, the pass to Ua through the legs of Nyberg. Thrum unable to get a shot attempt off. Ua losing some control as he goes behind the goal. Will pass it out to Lindborg. Cross court over to Janacek. Smith overshooting the gap. Ua shot sailing wide left. Kopetsky off the boards to Lindborg. Ua across to Kopetsky. Shot attempt saved by Suberquist. Nyberg taking possession. It looks like Florida looking for a call. Still going to be Fresno's ball here. Kopetsky exchanging some words there with the Force. Now number 61, Matt Smith, discussing with referee Vince Vasa. Now at the end of their discussion, it's still going to be Fresno's ball with 12 minutes remaining in the third. They're running with an open net, no goalkeeper, and 6 field players on the court. Desperate times call for desperate measures. They know that this was it, their last period, their last opportunity to complete their redemption arc on an already impressive season by coming home with the Troy Cup. Solon, far side, working with Nilsson. Hoagland starting the press now. Solon taking time to recover there after Hoagland backing off into Florida territory. Now to Torkelson on the close wing. Solon comes back to Torkelson. Fresno slowing the pace of this game way down. Smith to Neumann, down to Nilsson. Hoagland once again on the press here. Able to chip the ball away. Nilsson there to recover after Neumann sails past the ball. Down to Solander. Hoagland trying to capitalize, will go to the ground. Free hit awarded to the Fresno Force. Solander passes far side to Nilsson. Over to Nyberg. Evan Nilsson goes over to Solander. Solander at the point sends it down to Torkelson. Now with 6 field players, Fresno doing a good job of keeping up some offensive momentum, but Hedstall coming away with a steal. Looking for Haugland, chipped up in the air. The ball sent out of bounds. Rule to Florida Vikings it in. Able to Suberquist rushing back out to the court. Now Max Lindmore getting set to take it. Passes to Janacek. On the far side to spin around. He'll pass down to Lindborg. Driving on the close wing. Kopetsky jumping to avoid kicking the pass unintentionally. Amdahl coming away with the steal. Kicked away by Kopetsky. He'll get it back out to Wojtek Janacek. Amdahl pursuing him behind his own goal line. Here's the aggression we've been waiting to see from Fresno. Janacek, the pass over to Lindborg, driving in close. Saved, but not on the second try. The second chance rebound goal going past Theodor Suberquist. And with 10 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the third period, Florida extending their lead. They didn't even need the open net. 10 minutes, 5 seconds in the third. It's Florida 7, Fresno 0. Now getting ready for the face-off, it's Alvin Hedstall against number 55, Adam Torkelson. And the ball awarded here to the Fresno Force. Nilsson. And for a man to pass to will go to Solander. Once again, open net here for the Fresno Force. Nilsson at the point. Smith cross court to Torkelson. Torkelson sends it behind himself. Nilsson over to Smith. He'll lose some control there. Solander and Nilsson both going to recover. Across to Torkelson. Shot attempt, post and out. Another close call there for the Fresno Force. Nearly able to make some offense happen. Facing pressure from Yalavi. He'll have to send it back to Nyberg behind the goal line. They'll get it out to Solander. Smith waiting in the crease. The shot by Torkelson rolls in. The Fresno Force getting on the board here with 9 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the third. Your score, Vikings 7, Force 1. Your 6 field players hanging off there. Torkelson striking from the close wing. After the ball bounced, Schlad losing control. It rolls behind him. Still facing a 6-goal deficit, but that's certainly got to help the mindset here for the Fresno Force heading into the back half of this period. Now getting ready for the face-off. It's going to be Axel Solander, number 19, against number 10, last season's NAFL MVP, Pepayua. Hit awarded to Fresno once more off an improper faceoff. Over to Torkelson, close wing.
Fresno goal scorer number 55, Adam Torkelson.
Nilsson to Torkelson.
Number 19, Axel Solander.
Torkelson once again on the close wing where he struck from just moments ago. Smith looking in the center, chipped up by Strum, driving down. It could be an open net goal. And Ole Strum puts it in. He does a signature backflip in the far corner. With 9 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the third period, the Florida Vikings bringing a quick response to that Torkelson goal. Your score, Florida 8, Fresno 1. Right after the 6 field player strategy paid off, very quickly it didn't. Ole Strum coming away with a steal from the point, driving down close. Took the shot from the angle. Nobody from Fresno able to pursue quick enough. The hustle from Strum paying off. Now heading down for the faceoff. It'll be Blanco on Haugland. Recovery by Fresno. Amdahl
Assist to number 10, Pepe
Goes
Uha.
across looking for Smith, chipped out of bounds off the leg of Yalavi. It'll be Fresno's ball. Blanco, the pass to Nyberg. Facing a press from Hoagland. They're spreading out the Florida defense here. The pass to Blanco. Malmstrom and Hoagland, the front row here. Across to Amdahl. Pass goes off the body there of Hoagland. Blanco gets it back to Amdahl. Chipped away by Hedstall. Hoagland driving down, the pass to Malmstrom. The shot saved by Söderqvist. Florida still with possession. Hedstall in traffic. Driving down, advantage granted to the Vikings. Pass in the center, intercepted by Amdahl. Goes over to Matt Smith. Pass behind himself to Amdahl. Out to Nyberg. Down to Smith. Back over to Torkelson. Pass deflected off the body of Malmstrom, still staying in bounds, sent down deep into Fresno territory. Amdahl recovering with a pass to Nyberg. Hoagland once again on the press. Torkelson now taking it just in front of his own crease. Less than 8 minutes remaining in the third period of the 2023 Troy Cup Final. Knight to Walsh. Now to Torkelson. Over to Knight. Matt Smith behind the goal here, losing control. Janacek able to chip the ball away. Still a battle for possession there deep in Florida territory. Janacek now going to have some space with it. Driving down. A halt before the half-court line. No pass over to Max Lindborg. Janacek and Lindborg. Janacek, the pass now to Kopetsky. Papayuha now inbounding for Florida. They'll pass down to Lindborg in Fresno territory. Back out to Papayuha. Driving in the center lane. Shot attempt sailing wide right off the backboards. Kopetsky sends it back to Uha. In title pass to Lindborg at half court. Florida continuing possession here. The pass back out to Hoagland. Is Florida bringing their first line out once more. Hoagland driving, nearly losing control there. Passes it back to Ramirez. Far side, it's Yalavi. The pass back to Hedstall, right as he subs in. Now Hoagland on the close side. Shot attempt goes off the body of Walsh. Sets him off his balance. Ramirez, the pass to Malmstrom. He'll lose control there for the shot attempt, but he'll have Ramirez there as a backdoor option. In the center, Yalavi, it's good. Off the assist from Malmstrom. Lucas Yalavi, his first goal of the match, further extending the Florida Vikings lead. 5 minutes, 57 seconds remaining in the third. And your score now, Florida Vikings 9, Fresno Force 1. That was Malmstrom's 26th assist of the season. Certainly the leader in assists outright this year. Janacek covering there off the face-off for Florida. Blanco pressing for Fresno. Kopetsky back out to Janacek.
Assistant number 77, Luke Small.
Papayuha waiting patiently in the crease for Florida in Fresno territory. Kopetsky. It's the angle on Castellanos. He'll send it far side to Janacek. Back to Kopetsky. Blanco pressing up further. Lindborg passing half court in the center to Uha. Janacek losing some control to go to the far boards. Nyberg facing off against him for a possession battle. Strom's shot attempt deflected. Blanco driving down. The shot is good. Max Blanco, the one-man fast break. Able to get it around Peter Slad. 5 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the third. Your score, Florida 9, Fresno 2. Heading down now for the face-off. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the third period until we have a victor here. Coming away with the Troy Cup. Hoagland, shot attempt wide.
Fresno goal scorer.
It'll be Fresno's hitting.
Assist to number 4, Adrian Aldo. Time of the goal, 14:42.
Frafjord, pass out to Nilsson. Down to Solon, close wing. Trying to spin around for a shot attempt to lose control. Hedstall driving. Sent to the far side. Sent out of bounds by Hedstall. Taylor Walsh on the hit in here for the Fresno Force. Frafjord driving. The pass to Solander. Back to Frafjord. Facing pressure there on the boards by Hedstall. Solander to Frafjord. Over to Walsh. Looking inside the crease for the Knight Rider. The pass sailing wide. Solander going to the boards. Now it's going to be a Fresno Force free hit. 4:34 remaining in the match. It'll be Max Blanco, number 8, getting set to take it here. We'll have Torkelson for support. Over to Matt Smith, behind the goal line. I'll lose some control, sent to the boards by Juha, but Torkelson able to get a shot attempt off. It sails wide right. Lindborg loses the control. It sails out of bounds. It'll be a Florida Vikings hit in. Kopetsky now taking the ball here. Blanco pressing for Fresno. Facing some pressure. The spin around. Sent there to Lindborg. Fresno, a lot more aggression on the defense, but Florida able to get a fast break attempt there. Juha's shot attempt nearly sailing in. Amdahl now facing pressure in his own territory. He'll come to the close wing. The pass to Torkelson. 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Nyberg goes over to Blanco. The spin around. Off the boards. Smith in the center to Torkelson. The ball chipped away by Hedstall. Just before he got the attempt off, Nyberg on the close wing. Across, looking for Smith. It'll go off the boards. He'll send it down to Max Blanco. Over to Amdahl. Axel Solander, the pass to Torkelson. Solander once more. He'll pass it over to Justin Knight, the Knight Rider, number 13. For the Fresno Force, Walsh taking it in now towards the center lane. Pass back to Knight. Hoagland pressing him. Will pass to Smith. He's got some room to breathe. Shot attempt from deep goes off the hands of Schlad. Chipped away. Castellanos unable to get a shot attempt off there. Walsh sending it to the far side of the crease, hopeful that someone, anyone, could try and send one around Schlad. Lindborg over to Hedstall. 3 minutes remaining. We'll go to the far side to Captain Linus Malmström. Driving down. The spin around going to the far boards. Pressure from Walsh. He'll be able to get a pass out to Ramirez. Down to Hoagland. Back to Ramirez. In the center, Malmström chips it out to Yalavi. Far wing. Ramirez. Over to Hoagland. Back out to Malmström. Florida continuing their perimeter passing here. It's the same strategy that has worked all game, forcing Castellanos into the press there as Hoagland spins around him. Malmström driving down now. The pass to Hedstall. He'll go back out to Hoagland. In the center lane, he'll go far side to Yalavi. Pass back out to Ramirez. Down to Hedstall. Knight on defense. He'll chip it down to Ramirez. Florida's offensive strategy here seeming to be an elaborate game of keep away from the Fresno defenders. Just waiting until they make a mistake that allows for a scoring opportunity. Chipped away there by Walsh. Driving down, he'll lose control of the ball behind himself. Ramirez there to capitalize. Coming in the center lane, he'll get the angle on Solander. He'll stop up and wait for his offense to reset. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the third. Malmström passes it down to Yalavi. Down to Ramirez. We'll go to Kopetsky as the new line comes in here for the Vikings. Lindborg to Strum to Ramirez. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the 2023 Troy Cup Final. Kopetsky on the close wing. Losing control there, chipped by Solander. Advantage granted to Florida. Strum to Kopetsky. Shot attempt saved by Theodor Söderqvist. He passes it out to Nyberg. Across to Amdahl. The spin to get around Strum. Strum going to the ground. It's going to be a penalty call. A penalty coming here at the last minute of the Troy Cup final. That coming after the contact that sent Ole Strum to the ground, and it'll be Strum heading to the penalty box here. And barring a Fresno goal, that penalty will round out the match here. The Vikings still with a 7-goal lead, but Fresno going into power play. They'll have one last chance to put some more points on the board here. And after Strum's open net goal, it seems they're not going to try the 6 field player strategy again, even on power play. Of course, the Florida Vikings, a team that's phenomenal when it comes to penalty kill goals. So it certainly seemed to be a wise decision. Torkelson to bring it in here, 58 seconds on the clock. Nilsson over to Smith in the center to Solo. Shot attempt saved by Schlott. Frofjord going to the ground, but able to send it out to the boards. Torkelson to spin around Lindborg. Go down to Nilsson. To Solon. Back across to Torkelson. Shot attempt by Nilsson. Goes off the foot there of Lindborg. Nathan Schlott recovering it. Jalavi on the far side. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Shipped away by Torkelson. Frofjord driving in Florida territory. Over to Solon. Back out to Frofjord. Down to Torkelson. Solon. Losing control. Holomoski pressing. Less than 10 seconds on the clock. Florida's bench getting more and more excited. 5 seconds left as Jalavi holds it. Time set to expire. Your 2023 champions of the NAFL, victors of the Troy Cup. Once again, the Florida Vikings. The second year in a row, you can see their celebration down on the court. The Florida Vikings celebrating towards their own crease there. Floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support for another season that's allowed us to expand the fast-paced, high-energy sport of floorball even further in the Americas. We've certainly had a lot of highs and lows here, and now the Florida Vikings coming away with it all. Stay tuned on this broadcast as we'll be bringing you exclusive NAFL interviews and, of course, a front row seat to the action and festivities. here. The Florida Vikings coming away with their second Troy Cup victory in a row. It's certainly an electric atmosphere here. You can see the Vikings celebrating behind me with their own hats. We've just gotten done with the man of the match honors given to Peter Schlad, goalkeeper number 35. And of course, we've got players down here, the Fresno Force over here, the runners-up coming off of an incredible attempt. Oh no, we have a joke live on stream. What do we got here, boys?
Are you sure you want to hear it?
Let's hear.
This is on Smitty if it goes wrong.
Eddie, alter ego Eddie.
Yeah, alter ego. Why is the dog's favorite sex position dog style?
That feels unsafe for air. Thank you, Fresno. And now here we have your 2023 NAFL champion Florida Vikings. Vikings, how are you guys feeling coming away with the Troy Cup win today?
Tremendous. It's awesome.
Awesome. Now, I've got to ask you, now coming to you, Adam, how are you feeling coming away? This is your first season in the NAFL. What's the experience been like building chemistry here with the rest of your Florida Vikings team?
The chemistry was perfect from the first day. We sat down and it was great. And we are a great team and we won!
Well, Floorball fans, you can feel the excitement here from the Florida Vikings. You can tell how excited they are now. Right in front of me, Linus Malmstrom, number 77, heading out to receive the Troy Cup for his team.
I would move if you were.
Well, Floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, what a way to end our 2023 NAFL season. Don't worry, we'll be back next year with more of your favorite North American Floorball action. Thank you for joining us and for being our loyal fans. Thank you, Peppa. And Floorball fans, once again, we appreciate you joining us. Until next time, I've been your host, Tanner David.